Hello out there, social studies friends. Today we are thinking of picturing North America. In math, we use mental math for those easy facts. And today we're going to be trying to create a mental picture in our mind of the continent of North America. So what you're going to need to do today is probably pause the video and then grab a sheet of scratch paper and a pencil, and then we are going to sketch this out from our memory. So please, right now, press pause on the video and then grab scratch paper and pencil, please. Alrighty, we are back. You have your tools. You have scratch paper and pencil. So what I want to do right now is I want to study North America. First off, I want to maybe back up. Right here we have an insert map. So here is the globe. Here is the world. Then we are going to only look at the North America. So I'm going to make North America. Hope it wouldn't let me make it smaller. So I do have to do some scrolling today. So we'll look at North America starting here. Okay, here's Alaska. I got the Arctic Ocean. We got Greenland up there all by itself. Oh, and it's owned by Denmark. That's cool. We have all these different islands. We have Canada. Kind of shoot around here. United States. Kind of go with little, islands again. United States. We have Maine way up there. We got the little tip of Minnesota. We got the Great Lakes. We got the Pacific Ocean to our west with the Atlantic Ocean to our east. We have the jagged line of Mexico, and then it kind of even jots down there and then back around. Florida sticks out. Make sure you kind of jet around Washington, D.C., but then look at that, Florida there. And then you get all these different islands, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Cuba. Off Florida, we have the Gulf of Mexico. I know I'm just kind of talking through things that you're looking at, but I want you to study them. So even after I'm done today, I know I talk a little fast sometimes, study these different parts and get a good mental picture. So we got Mexico here, kind of looks like, I don't know, like it's got a little, like a leg and a little boot there. And then we have these different little countries in Central America that end up connecting us to South America. So here's Central America, and then all of this is North America. So our book asks us to create a mental picture, and it's one thing to create a mental picture, but they also then say, draw it. So study this right now, and then I'm going to ask you to hit pause, and then I want you just to sketch it. All right, and I want you to try to sketch it without looking. Can you take a peek? Absolutely. I'm not there to police you. I'm here. I'm stuck in a small room recording. I can't police you. But be honest, because really you want to have a mental picture. So study this, see if you can draw it. So here I go. I'm going to start with Alaska, way up north by itself in the Arctic Circle there. Start by going around Alaska there. Give it a couple little islands. It's got a little tail, then down around. All right, then we get to Washington State, down to Oregon, before we get to California, and then around in Mexico. So I'm just kind of following the coastline down in my mind, and I kind of cheated there by looking at you guys there. Then I'm going to go around Mexico, down, swoop around right before Central America there, and then back up and around, create that Gulf of Mexico. I'm just talking through Florida, and then up through the up to Maine. I love the state of Maine, kind of a neat place, and then around through Canada. And here's where I get a little tricky because they have so many little islands and things in the top of Canada, but don't forget that big island owned by Denmark that is Greenland. That looks pretty good actually, and then I got a bunch of little islands to add in. And then I'll do the border of the United States and Canada, separate those. Might even just draw 3 little circles. And for some of the Great Lakes, I know there's 5 Great Lakes, Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Superior, Erie, and then draw the line for Mexico. Oh, hey, not too shabby right there. Here's my little sketch of the United States. Please notice that I started with Alaska. I worked my way down the west coast doing Washington, Oregon, California. Then over here we have California, and then we have Arizona and Texas, and New Mexico. So those would be the states in the southern border there, so I drew that in. And then here we go all the way down to Central America, to the very bottom there. Don't forget about Florida. Kind of looks a little bit goofy there on Florida, so that's a good reference point. And then all the way up to Greenland. One thing I did not put on the map is Hawaii, and I noticed that, and I did it accidentally, but I noticed here it's not on our map either. Hawaii is way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, so Hawaii would be way out here where my pen is, and so it doesn't quite fit onto my map, so I didn't sketch that in, but that's a good sketch drawing. So there's my sketch, my mental picture of what I thought North America looked like and what it actually looked like. I want to just double check, make sure that I hit all of the points that I needed to hit on here. We talked about making a map sketch. We talked about a mental map, so thinking in our mind and then able to draw it. And then, we didn't mention political maps. So I talked about some borders here. Let's say the border between the United States and Canada, and I just kind of drew that in. That has some natural barriers. The Great Lakes obviously are natural boundaries that are nice, but some of them were decided by war or treaties or purchases. So we have some boundaries to our country that are very political as well. So those are political boundaries, and we have some natural boundaries on my mental map, my sketch drawing. And I think that pretty much gets all of the teaching points that I needed to hit. Just make sure that you are aware of this. We have the compass rose, we have the insert map. Oh, and let's read these words right here. North America extends from Canada through Central America. Central America is the region between Mexico and South America. It includes 7 countries. One last little piece here of our video. Please know that every day of the week we'll have a link to it where I will read you the questions. So click on Monday, and Monday will have a little hint for you, and it'll have me reading the words, because I know sometimes the social studies words get a little bit tricky to read on your own. So please click those if you need to. You have a great week 9 picturing North America.